We are a weekly podcast, Soul of a Gamer.
Hey, I'm smart this time. I did it this time.
Let's not go that far, okay?
I won't fuck it up again.
I love pressing that button. That was my favorite button. That's...
It's definitely.
This game gets really fucking weird.
Yeah, so you do acid and then you go into the hamster shit.
And this week is...
Night Trap.
Night Trap!
They're right behind you. Night Trap. 10-year-old birthday party. Next scene, kill the kid.
You got to kill the kid. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, car is coming. Throw your body into the car and die. All I could do every time I was playing Ethan was just would start walking around and go, Jason!
Oh, God.
It's just...
So Shorty had them apple bottom jeans and the
They
boots
did.
with the fur,
With the fur.
and the whole club was looking at her.
Yes.
Whoa.
Welcome back, everybody, to another
Yeah.
Soul of a Gamer. I'm Scott.
Yes. And I'm Steven.
And we are doing another Hot Takes.
Yes.
This one is what volcano would I throw Steven into if I had the opportunity? So this is actually
That's
a good one.
question.
And it's a lot of them. Let's just to start it. There's about 237 of them, and not all of them are on this planet.
I'm no longer a virgin, though, so you won't get any special magical powers for sacrificing me in a volcano.
Yeah, it's been like he
but-
unfortunately 2 weeks ago lost his V card.
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks. Been married for so many years now.
Yeah, I
but-
know. We've been bugging you about it for years. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
I guess, yeah. You know, I was just waiting for the right moment, really building to it.
You guys don't know this, and if you're a woman listener, you probably don't know this either. But like for guys, it's funny because we bag on each other for like, you don't have sex, you're a loser. And it's so funny because Steven back then we had this friend who's just a complete jackass. And he would come up to Steven all the time and just be like, ha ha ha, you don't have sex, ha ha ha. And Steven would go, ha ha ha, you have sex with ugly women, ha ha ha. It's just like, it's the dumbest thing guys do, but it's so fucking funny when you're like on the outside looking in.
Oh, I mean, it's one of those things where you look at it, you're like, oh my God, are you guys really just like doing that shit to each other? And it's just shit talk to shit talk.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was a virgin until I was 20, 21. I can't even fucking
What a
remember
piece of
anymore,
shit.
but
What a piece of shit.
I know. I was waiting till marriage. I was trying to be a good
Yeah,
Christian
that's fair.
boy.
I think a
It
lot
didn't
of
work.
people do that, honestly. That's a
Oh,
hot
yeah.
take we do sometime. We talk about like why people decide to wait till marriage. Because that is interesting because I have like at least 90% of my friends said, I think I'm going to wait till marriage. And then none of them fucking did that.
Yeah, I mean, I waited till I was engaged, but I pretty much got engaged as a
To have
precursor of
sex.
I want to have sex
Yes,
sooner
yes,
rather than
yeah.
later.
That's how it is. I think
Yep.
maybe one day we jump into that and we talk about some of our experiences with people who said those things. Because
I
I've
mean, it
got
could
some
be-
funny ones.
Could be fun just to do
Yeah.
non-video game related bullshit.
Yeah. But today we are talking about video game related bullshit.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing today, Steven?
Today we are talking about the video game worlds we would love to live in and the best video game side characters and what that entails.
Yeah, we had a caveat of side characters. We try to pick characters that weren't like super integral to the plot, but not also like completely apart from it. It's hard. There's a blurred line between a side character and a main character, and the main character usually you just consider it as a character you play, but I almost consider as the like in a movie, the lead actor is usually the people who are on screen the most. So if two people have the like same amount of screen time, aren't they both the main
Well, they're
actor?
co-stars, yeah.
Yeah,
In that instance, they're co-stars. So, like, I argued that a side character isn't a playable character because
Yeah, and I kind of
it's-
said that they can be played, but if they're not exactly there all the time, it should be fine.
Yeah. So my caveats for that, I stuck to myself, was these are characters you don't play as, at least in the main title games. There's one character that he gets a spin-off game himself.
Yeah, and I chose, there is a character you play as, but I don't think you play as him in the first game, actually. And you don't play as the
Nice.
other two at all, but they're funny, and I love them.
Okay.
So you want to
Well, I
start with
guess do we
characters?
Sure, we can do that since we're talking about
Let's
it.
jump right in. I'm gonna just jump right in here before you because fuck
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna start with Locke.
Locke.
Locke. Do you remember Locke?
Lock,
This is
stock,
one of
and
my
barrel.
favorite actors of all time. Plays this guy.
Guy.
He's Joe Swanson. He's
Oh, oh God. Nick.
Isn't his
Nick
name?
Offerman.
No, not Nick Offerman.
Ron Swanson.
Isn't his name Guy?
You mean Guy Fieri?
No, Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
Joe Swanson. Oh, Joe Swanson.
The
Sorry.
Tick.
No. Oh, God, why am I
why
drawing?
can't I think of his
Patrick
name?
Warburton.
Patrick Warburton. Sorry, he's Guy in Ted.
Yes,
That's right.
Yes.
He's Guy in
Yes.
Ted. So Patrick Warburton, he's just such a fucking phenomenal actor, and I love the way he fucking talks. And
same
he's
voice
got-
in everything he does.
but it's always good. Like that's it's always fucking good.
The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Yeah,
Not
see,
poison.
like it's a line that people have said a million times and they still love it today. So Locke is a character from Tak and the Power of Juju.
Yes.
He's
oh my God,
the
I forgot
dumb
about
character who just does some really stupid shit, and he is the funniest fucking character in the world.
that.
Just like
Plays
there's a
Kronk
part
again.
yes, and like there's a great no. This is actually pre
I know it
Emperor's
is,
New
yeah.
Groove. I think.
Yep.
I think this is what inspired Kronk. So there's a point in the second game where he's trying to jump a chasm
Mhm.
with a pole vault. So he's trying to pole vault, and then the little mental juju comes out that can read minds, and he goes, if you're so smart, what am I thinking right now? You are thinking, can I jump this chasm? Now you are thinking, I don't think I have enough speed to jump this chasm. And now you are thinking, I'm going to fall. Yep. Just like it. The character is just so good. He comes in at weird times. He's just a comic relief character, and he works out so well for what he was. Like he's not important whatsoever, but he's the original. Like he was supposed to be the tribe's leader, and then Tak was the one who ended up with the power of Juju, and Locke didn't get it, and Locke is still upset about it, so he goes on adventures with Tak. It's just so good.
Patrick Warburton's one of those people that is just like they just play themselves and they are that role in everything they do, but they do it so well that it always elevates whatever they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I have to agree. He's a great one.
He is a great one, and every single thing he's in, I love.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's nothing
Same.
that he's ever been in that I've said, okay, this is shit, and he does actually a pretty good job playing a more serious role. Like
well, even
when he
in Ted,
played,
I love his role. in
Oh
that.
yeah, in Ted when he's at Comic-Con, he's like, I love fucking with nerds.
Oh, I
It's
got
so
shit
good.
on my hand.
When he's in the Lemony Snicket, the series of unfortunate events,
Oh, okay.
honestly, he did fucking phenomenal in that role. That was so good.
I love him in Rules of Engagement. That's like one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah, I mean, that's a
shows
good
with
show.
David Spade.
But
yeah.
that fits more of his like kind of character.
Plus,
like,
I
'cause,
mean, it was
that's
a
a comedy.
reunion of Kronk and Cusco again.
Yeah,
And it lasted like
think-
7 or 8 seasons.
something like that, like in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I own it also.
late 90s. That's after
was
David
2000s.
Spade took on God, what was that role he did? I know we're getting a little off topic, but remember the where he's like helping the mayor or is the mayor of New York City? He took over for Michael J. Fox because that point
Spin
that's when he
City.
got Spin City. Yeah, so that's
was
after
way
that
after
role.
that.
I want to say, right?
Yeah.
Not way after that.
It was
ended,
at least
like,
10 years after that.
10 years. Didn't that end in like the early 2000s? Didn't that end like
Let me look.
2002 or 2003?
All right. Spin
Oh yeah,
City.
you guys look it up. Yeah, Spin City. I'm gonna guess 2002 or 3, and then I'm gonna guess Rules of Engagement started around.
Spin City
that
was
time.
96 2002.
Oh man, I'm good. Okay.
And Rules of Engagement was 2007 to 2013. So
oh my
5
God,
years
that was,
after.
That was way later than I thought you were gonna say, like 2004.
No, I thought it was later 2000s.
Okay, well,
Or-
yeah, nice. But yeah, I knew Spin City
early
ended in
later.
like 2002 or 3.
Yeah.
Within like a season of 2 or of David Spade coming in, and it was gone because he's a great. I love David Spade, but he is.
Oh,
not,
he's
like,
great.
That is
Yeah.
not the role for David Spade. Not a takeover of Michael J. Fox.
There's a
That guy's
lot of
too good.
roles that aren't the greatest for David Spade, but
Yeah.
he David
He's
Spades
good
it.
as he's good as is.
Yes.
All right. What's your side character, Steven?
All right, so the first one I'm going to bring up, one I didn't realize was actually going to be kind of controversial, but the more I was looking into the character, the more like I saw everyone arguing about this character, whether he's a good character or a shit character. This is
Joel.
Jonah from Tomb Raider. I was just
Jonah
talking
Hill?
about my love for what?
Jonah Hill?
No, not Jonah Hill,
What?
just Jonah.
What do you mean not Jonah? Ask me
Like-
about my wiener.
What about your wiener?
I'm not going to answer.
But I was just talking about how much I love Tomb Raider in our last episode, and Jonah is honestly, he's the most down to earth, just like cool dude ever. Like in both the trilogy of the new games and in the TV show that Netflix just did as well, the animated series. I love his character. He's just such a genuine dude and cares so much about Laura and his friends and family, and he's always willing to do whatever it takes to be there to support a person, no matter how much it hurts himself. And I just see a lot of myself in that with the character. And I don't know. He's just like the most genuine person and someone I feel like I'd be best friends with in life.
You're so lame.
I am. But he's
I don't know.
like, he's not even like, he don't
It's
even
been too long since I
do
played.
much-
Was Jonah the
He's the big
younger
Hawaiian dude.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I yes, I know what you're talking about now. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I see it. For some reason, I'm picturing like this skinny white guy who's like on the
Oh,
phone
fuck
helping her
no.
hack shit,
No.
and I'm
no.
like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, yeah. Big Hawaiian dude. This guy is a lovable bear. Every bit of like that like Maui vibe or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I can dig it.
What else you got?
Of course, we gotta mention one of my favorite games of all time. We're gonna bring up
Mass Effect?
Tails.
Oh.
Of course, Tails is coming in here. You know what I
Tails.
wish they would have done with Tails originally? You know in Mario Kart when you fall off and like the thing that comes
Oh.
and gets you is the little guy? Have
Yeah.
Tails do that for Sonic in the first game. I think he does it
That'd
in
be
the
hilarious.
second game for Sonic.
I think
Second or
so.
third game. But in the first game, he doesn't, which is unfortunate. But Tails is like the most epitomed best friend character of all time. This guy
is.
goes to the ends of the earth for Sonic all the fucking
Ugh.
time. And he's ready to save the world. He can take on the power of the Chaos Emeralds. Like, he can fucking fly with his goddamn tails, and he's a fucking fox, not a bird. That's cool as shit.
Well, and he's got the fucking gadgetry and
Yep.
ship
He's a-
and pilot knowledge of
He's
pro.
he's like a combination of Chip and Dale and from Rescue Rangers, not like
yeah.
like the dancers.
Not the dancing, not the strippers.
But no, the Rescue Rangers. He's like
Chip and Dale.
you throw all of the Rescue Rangers in together, and he epitomes every single one of them. That's the crazy part.
Especially Gadget.
Yes, Gadget, but like he's adventurous. Like the two hedgehogs, like the two. What are they?
What?
Chip and Dale. What are they again?
Oh, they're chipmunks.
Chipmunks. That's right.
Yep.
I guess. No, are they?
Yeah.
You sure?
Aren't they?
I think Alvin and the Chipmunks are chipmunks. But
Well,
I don't know
they are
about that.
definitely chipmunks, but I think Chip and Dale are chipmunks
Yeah,
too.
maybe they are, but yeah, maybe chipmunks. But then like the big guy, the fat dude.
Google break.
What's the fat dude's name?
Oh, dude, I can't remember the fat dude. It was Baloo, wasn't it?
No, Baloo is from. What are you talking about? That's the bear, you son of a bitch.
Oh, the fat mouse. You're talking about the fat mouse.
Yeah. Baloo's it's the bare necessities. Just
Well, he was in
bare
a
necessities.
cartoon with them, Tailspin.
Oh yeah, Tailspin. No, it's a different characters you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Was Chip and Dale in Tailspin? I don't think they were in. Maybe they were. I don't remember.
I think they were in Tailspin. I'm pretty sure they
I
were in
don't know.
Tailspin.
There's a lot of old cartoons.
Yeah,
which
they're in
are-
Tailspin.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, you like if you combine all the characters from Rescue Rangers, you get Tails, and that's the coolest fucking thing in the world to me.
True.
I know if you guys have never seen Rescue Rangers, I'm sorry your life is so sad.
Chip and Dale are anthropomorphic chipmunks. Boom.
Okay, they are chipmunks.
Yeah. I thought I was
I
right.
can't believe they chose chipmunks. I would have chosen squirrels.
Actually, the new Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie that came out in 2022 is pretty solid.
Is it? I haven't
Honestly.
seen it yet.
It's a lot of like meta humor. Like they actually have ugly Sonic in the movie.
Okay.
Like, remember when the Sonic
when
trailers
they
first came out and
announced-
everyone
yeah.
bullied Sony into changing the look of Sonic? They
Yes.
actually have Ugly Sonic as a character.
You say
and
Sony?
Or
Sony make
yeah.
the movie?
I think it was Sony, wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Whoever did it, I don't know. Maybe
they
I'm
were
wrong on the Sony
bullied
part.
as they should have been.
But they bullied the hell out of him, as they should, because the new Sonic look is way better.
Yeah, it's way better.
But Ugly Sonic is there, and he's like at a Comic-Con, like signing stuff as Ugly Sonic. I'm like, yeah, I got fired. Like, it's so fucking funny, dude.
Oh my god. All
Like,
right,
it's
Steven, what
worth
you got
watch,
next?
worth watch.
What's your next
All right.
character?
My next character is someone that during both mine and my wife's playthrough of this game, one of my favorite franchises, Far Cry 6.
Of course it is.
We fell in love with this character, and this is Mercedes Yanran Martin.
Martin.
Or Martin. I think it's Martin, but
It's probably Martin.
she is
Martin.
phenomenal, fiery redhead. She is just super strong. Like, her first introduction to you, she comes out, she's talking to you about how you just like took down a base camp, and she's just talking about like who she is and what part of like group she's in, and then she just pulls out a grenade, unhinges the grenade. She's like, "Hi, I'm Yanran," and then chucks a grenade at a guy that's like over off in the distance and just blows them up, and is like,
Oh my god.
"Yeah," and you're just like, "Oh shit, you're a badass."
That sounds like a Far Cry game.
Oh, it is. It's Far Cry through and through.
That's every Far Cry ever.
Oh yeah, I mean they went into the corniness and the ridiculousness of it, especially with their drug trips and shit. That became a huge staple of the whole franchise. But John Ron's one of the most lovable characters in that. She's just awesome. She's probably the coolest vegan I've ever met.
Did you just say the coolest vegan I've ever met? This fake character you've never met before. Is that what you're trying to say?
Hey, that's a lot less weird than saying I fell in love with this person.
Well, I guess. I mean, both are equally strange in my opinion. I've met some pretty cool vegans, so I don't know.
I don't know. She's just really, really awesome about just everything and the way that she celebrates life. And you like talk to her a lot, especially when you're celebrating your victory, like on this island, and you get to have like a long walk with her, and she tells you about like where she came from and who her brothers were and why she joined the rebellion and all this other stuff. And you just have a lot of like really cool heart-to-heart moments.
So she's
and
every character in every Far Cry game.
Yeah, but better and
Oh.
attractive.
So why'd you join the rebellion? Well, in Far Cry 1, I joined because of this reason, but in Far Cry 2, I joined because of this reason.
Well, actually, the bad guy in Far Cry 1, or the good guy in Far Cry 1 becomes the bad guy in Far Cry 2.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
remember.
So yeah, that's my other pick. What else you got?
All right, my last pick. This is
Okay.
one of my favorite characters. And you know what's crazy is this character came out of a side game. And,
Okay.
and that side game developed into a full-on, like, cool own story game. Like this character really sold the community on this game. And I think it sold us on the game because we had so much fun with this character when we played this game. This is Steph Gingrich.
Steph Gingrich.
Do you remember Steph Gingrich?
Sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a blank.
She created a D&D game we played in Before the Storm.
Oh.
Yep, Steph Gingrich. She's in Life is Strange Before the Storm. She is a beanie wearing woman who loves D&D and just loves like being like her best self. She's kind of like a little melodramatic. She's a little bit like goth girl kind of.
Yes.
She's got that goth girl attitude at least. And then in True Colors, when they give her more of a role in that game, like it is just so incredible how
Oh.
cool she is. Like they
Okay,
just,
now I'm way more interested in True Colors, so I didn't realize.
yeah,
she
True
was in
Colors was so fucking good, guys. I cannot give it enough praise. I had so much fun playing True Colors. I haven't played Life is Strange, the new one, the 3 essentially.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
haven't followed down on Max Caulfield's story at all, but I will eventually. I did buy it.
I will
I
too.
just have not played it.
Yeah.
But this character really sold these games for me. She was just so cool. And my buddy is one of the guys who came up with the idea of this character. And he's like, yeah, when we were thinking about her, we're like, who is like a person we'd love to know? Like, who's someone who would be really cool to just have a chat with? And that was like the original idea of her, which I think is really
that's
fucking
really awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they had a lot of fun coming up with this character, and they even told me like everybody who's played the game said that is their favorite character in the entire game. So
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, that's a great choice. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I kind of my next one's probably gonna be a little basic, but I still think
Basic bitch, Stephen.
I was kind of between two. I was between Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite and Serena from
Boo.
Skyrim.
Boo, both suck. Boo, get out of here. Boo. I don't know who's
Boo to
Serena.
you. Boo to
Who's
you.
Serena?
I wanted to say Daxter, but then I was like, he's still a main character.
Yeah, I'd say because especially with like Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, I mean the titles
Like I
even
wanted
both
to say
their names.
Kazooie, but it's Banjo and Kazooie.
That was actually on a lot of lists that I saw, and I was like, that doesn't count. Like, fuck
No,
you
it
guys.
can't get that. Absolutely, it's like Diddy Kong is a side character,
Mhm.
except in certain games, because in like Donkey Kong 64, Diddy Kong is a main character. You can play as him.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing, you get the option to play. Like I don't know.
Well,
like, it's
even
a weird.
on the Donkey Kong Country games, you can play
Yeah,
as
you
Diddy
can play
Kong
as
as
Diddy
long as
Kong,
you have
yeah.
him in your party. You can just switch
Yeah.
him anytime you want.
Yeah, so like he is technically a side character, but again, it's just the amount of times you can play as them is insane.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said Clank, and I was like, no, Clank doesn't count either.
Ratchet
fuckers.
and Clank,
Fuckers
fuckers.
can't be a title character.
Fuck you, assholes. You go fuck yourselves. I hope you die.
I never hoped that far, but
I hope
maybe.
you get a hang toenail, and that
Oh,
leads to
shit.
sepsis.
Oh man, that's even worse actually. But yeah, no, I think I will just go with Elizabeth. I think Elizabeth from BioShock. I think the BioShock game, those are all great games, especially for me the first and the third. I didn't vibe with the second one as much. I know that's a hot take as well. But
I've heard the second game is not the best one, so I've never played the second or the third BioShock, but I have heard the second one's not the best.
I don't like the second one as much. It's like way harder. It's which it's already a difficult game.
Yeah.
The whole big sister thing is crazy, and she is a bitch of a fight. Anytime you run into her, like it's ridiculous. Playing as a big daddy, it's just big, lumpy, and clunky.
Yeah.
So it's just different. But BioShock 3, I know it got a lot of hate, but also a lot of praise. I still think it's a really great game with a really great twist. I think the twist is something a lot of people will kind of catch on to. But I think Elizabeth as a character, like she's constantly tossing you ammo. She's constantly tossing things you might need. She's constantly tossing you mana and health bots. There is a little bit of times where she's can be slightly annoying, but which video game characters aren't annoying at times?
Right.
Hey, listen. Exactly. She's not like that at the very least. Booker, here's some ammo. Booker, here's some mana. Booker, here's some health.
And then you punch her in the face and you're like, here's a fucking fist.
But she can also open up portals and stuff like that. And she just has a lot of like really cool things, and she's really integral to the story. So it's kind of like where I didn't want to say that she was a side character, because her character really is kind of the main focus in a way, but you don't ever play as her. So that's why I still kind of caveated it.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
All
let's
right.
move on to our favorite worlds.
Yes.
Well, not favorite worlds. Worlds we would live in.
Yes. It's a
So
little
this
bit
was different than I would say favorite worlds, because there's some
Yes.
of my favorite worlds I would never want to fucking live in.
Oh yeah, like Elden Ring is a beautiful, beautiful world, or even
Never
like
wanna
Shadow of the
fucking be there.
Colossus, beautiful world. But I don't know if I'd want to live in the Shadow Colossus world.
Yeah. We're gonna avoid that as much as we can.
So I definitely went with, and I wanted to stay away from games that are too much like my own reality. Like I did put the
yeah.
caveat, like even though like TCG Simulator or like Mass Effect, like living on the Citadel would be cool, it's still too much like my normal life. Like yeah, I'd be in space, but I'd still be doing the same shit I'm doing now.
Yeah. And we're not saying like we're out there fighting aliens and shit. No, we're saying like if it's too close to reality, we did not include it.
Yeah, well, because I wouldn't be probably the one facing aliens, and that's
Again,
why
it's-
I'm not gonna
if
say
it's
yeah.
reality adjacent, we tried to keep it out of
Yes.
here.
So my first choice, I do have 3 picks for this. My first choice was actually Cassette Beast. I thought about Pokemon, but I think that one's one that everyone says all the time. I was trying to just avoid it because
I didn't even
obviously
think about Pokemon. I should have said Digimon.
oh, there you go.
But I was trying to avoid things that didn't start as games, but Pokemon did. But Digimon did not, I don't think.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I do really like the world of Cassette Beast. I like the whole idea that you were kind of just like removed from Earth randomly, and you're just
any Earth.
any Earth,
There were a
from
bunch of
any
different ones.
dimension or whatever too.
Yeah.
And you're all just plucked there and put in the world together, and everyone kind of helps each other out, and everyone goes out and just becomes like a Pokemon trainer basically, but with these
And
cassette
falls in
tapes.
love.
Yeah, and you have lots of romance options, and you can romance them all. Get some
Or none.
awesome like orgies,
Or have
and,
like a huge orgy.
yeah, you could do some like really cool shit with that,
Yeah.
and videotape it or sound tape it with all your videotapes and
sound tape it. You gotta tape it.
sound tapes.
You
The
gotta
sound tapes.
not record the audio, but you sound tape it.
I sound tapes, okay?
That's what we're doing right now, sound taping.
We're sound taping this recording. Yep.
Yes.
But I just think that would, of all like the kind of Pokemon-esque worlds, I do think that one's kind of the most fun and the most interesting, and it is taking me from my reality, so I get to still have my own experiences, my own life that I had, but now I just get to topple on top of that a whole new world.
Yeah.
I basically it's an isekai. Like Pokemon's not an isekai, but this one literally would be ripping me from my life here and bringing me into a new world. So basically, I get to turn into an anime character and live my life as an isekai character.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, I like it. I like the idea. All right, I'm gonna come at you, of course, with Skies of Arcadia, because why the hell wouldn't I?
Of course.
So
you bring
this world is so fucking cool. Again, air pirates, like everything's kind of like floating islands. Like it's just such an interesting world that has such like a huge dynamic to it. And the fact that it's still kind of undiscovered, like things are still out there and secret, you still have like something to find. Like I think this would be a really sweet world to live in. And just becoming like either a pirate or a sailor or anything like that sounds pretty cool, especially when you're in the sky and not on the sea.
Sounds way more dangerous. Well, equally dangerous, I would say, actually.
Yeah. It sounds equally dangerous, but it's I don't know, it's pretty fucking cool. Like I like
it's
the
definitely
idea
cool.
of this world. And especially the fact that there's floating islands, you could literally just find an island and take it over.
Sounds like it's a Treasure Planet mixed with Avatar.
Yeah, with a little
James
bit.
Cameron.
Yes, with a little less of giant scope. There's not that big of an area, right? You're on one single planet at one single time. You're not space traveling anywhere. You are just there. I think it's a cool world, and I'd love to be able to live on it.
Nice. Okay. My next pick, I kind of went with a horny pick. I'm not gonna lie.
Horny pick.
I've been talking about this game with a couple of my friends recently. I introduced them to this game. This is all of our favorite porn game now. One of my friends 100% of the game and even got his wife into the game, and she's played it 2 or 3 times all the way through.
Okay.
New season's coming out soon. It's called Being a Dick. And the game is one of the highest rated porn games I've ever seen. And
Out of the 20 porn games, this is on top.
Yes. This game is phenomenal, honestly, with its storytelling. It's got some beautiful moments. It's got some sad moments. It's got some moments that you'll actually, will touch your heart. But then also, there's moments where you're going to be playing one-handed, to say it grossly. But this game world is it's really fun. It's kind of just that that's like American Pie, like college movie, like The Naked Mile or College Rules or Beta House Rules or whatever movies in that franchise. It's basically those as a college experience. Like it's just the most ridiculous college experience from every movie you've ever seen. It's just that college experience where everyone's partying all the time, everyone's doing pranks all the time, everyone's having sex with each other, everyone's having everyone. You're gonna fuck every girl
grandma,
you meet.
grandpa,
it almost
Fido,
You can
everyone.
fuck your teachers. You can fuck your friends. You can fuck your friends' friends. You can fuck your friends like mom figures, basically. You can.
But what about your friend's grandma?
Sure, you can fuck your friend's sister. Like,
What about where you keep naming the lame ones? I want grandma action.
I didn't see any grandma action, but season 3's coming out, so maybe we'll see some grandma action there.
Being a dick, you failed me. Bring some grandmas in
But
there.
I
I want to live in fucking what's that movie? Grandma's Boy. Let's get it
Grandma's Boy.
going.
I'd rather live in like Eurotrip.
Hell no. She
But I just-
invented putting
or
the
no.
finger in the ass during a blow job or a hand job or something. Okay? She'll fuck you, Steven. Have some appreciation for the OGs.
I just think this like I never got to have that like college partying experience or anything like that. So of the experiences
You
that I
missed
never got
out.
to try or do, this would be an experience that I never got to fully fulfill. That if I got a chance to live in that world for a little bit of time, I think it would be a blast to just kind of just let everything loose and just see how crazy things could go. Like see what
Okay.
that feels like.
That's a little crazy, but okay. if you
I know
wanna
it's a,
do
it's
that.
a little out there. It's a little crazy, but you know,
I like how
wanted
you're
to
like,
make
I
this
try
a
to
actual...
pick things that could never happen, and you're right, that could never happen to you.
I couldn't do that. I really couldn't be this
Yeah.
way. Like I like playing this character, but I could never be this character. Honestly,
Yeah,
as
true.
forward as this character is, I could never be this guy. But I do like the idea of it, and I've never got to experience that. So living in a world where I would get to experience that, or where it just would like almost happen naturally to me, like I wouldn't even need to seek it out. It would just fall on my lap.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna come at you with a counterpoint. A little bit
Okay.
less of a sleazy fucking horseshit game, you sick son of a bitch.
Hey, you know, it's hot takes. I threw out a hot take.
takes.
Yeah, I took that way too literally.
I'm coming at you with Overcooked 2.
Ooh,
So
why the mayhem?
I love cooking. Like cooking is just so
Cooking's
much
great.
fucking
Yeah.
fun. And having access to the ingredients that you have access to in Overcooked 2 and trying all these new meals and everything, that would be fucking sweet. That would be such a cool world to live in where you're just traveling and cooking for people. Like honestly, that sounds like so much fucking fun.
I mean, I don't know if I want to cook like on an 18-wheeler on the highway across two different.
I mean, as long as they get to respawn after, it's fine.
Just the chaos that happens in those games for me. I'm
Yeah.
like, I agree with you on the food and the
Yeah,
ingredients
there's a
to try
lot, but
things
the
out,
chaos
but
makes it
it's-
kind of
it's-
fun. Like, and the kitchens
Oh, it makes
are
it
cool.
insane.
Like again, like everything is so cool about that world. Like you live in a world where literally it's life or death with cooking. Like that's
Honestly,
all it is, all the time.
Like, I love a lot of those TV shows, kind of like Jury Duty that was just came out not too long ago, where
I
this
haven't seen
guy
that.
thought he actually was on a jury duty, but it was a fully fake show. Everybody was actors except for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea of like all these like hidden cam shows and stuff like that have all these things, and that would be like a really funny experience to put like me and us and our friend group in a kitchen, like a super busy kitchen, and just like have at it. Here's all the ingredients,
God,
and
you
us.
guys would suck so hard.
I would
so
be
hard to
fine.
deal.
Fuck
It'd
you.
be so hard to deal with you guys.
We would be hard to deal with. I'm not discerning
You'd
that,
be
but
like,
I would
got
be a
this
good
ready
cook
and
for
you
you.
did it wrong, you idiot. My inner Gordon Ramsay, although I don't think he's a good chef, would come out. I watched
good
him do
TV
his little
chef.
grilled cheese, and where he's fucking up a grilled cheese sandwich real hard. Can't respect him anymore.
Everyone has their own ways to do things. It's all right.
No, he put a grilled cheese over a live fire.
Okay, I don't see the
And-
problem with that.
And then he cut into it, and it's not melted at all. And he's like,
well,
look
that's
at
the
it,
problem.
beautifully melted. He said that when he had trouble cutting it. He said beautifully melted because he's a piece of shit. Oh, God, I would be, if it were me, I'd be like, man, I really fucked this up bad, didn't I?
All right.
All right, what you got?
My last pick. This one kind of, I guess, yeah. This is kind of a cheating based on what you said earlier. This is one that was it was an anime
Boo.
first,
Cheat.
but it's got a whole video game franchise, so I'm still accepting it.
All right. I'll
Sword
go
Art
too.
Online.
Nope, I'm taking it away.
Fuck you.
Boo.
Especially for me, Einkrad. Elfheim would be okay too. I would not want to live in Gungale
I would love
or
Gungale.
Civilization. I can't even fucking ever
No, that
pronounce
would be a cool one too, because you're like
that would be a
really
cool one too, but it one's like way more dangerous.
Time is insane on that one. That would be so
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
cool.
Einkrad though and Elfheim are two of the best worlds, and I don't care even if I'm trapped in the game in Einkrad. Like honestly, like even their life that they had like on Floor 65 or whatever, where they had that lake house, that cabin lake house, and they're just like living their life like a normal life. Like that's such an awesome moment. And honestly, like living in a video game world where you can level up your skills sounds like the coolest things ever. I'd love to be able to look at my stats and know what the fuck's wrong with me.
Just be like, oh, my beauty stats way down. I gotta get
and then I could just practice being beautiful and get more beautiful.
Yeah,
like honestly, like living in a video game world with video game stats, and this is why I wanted to pick this one mainly, is just because that whole premise to me sounds so intriguing of being able to actually just improve whatever I wanted to improve.
Yeah,
and I know I can do that in the real world a little bit, but like
you can.
it's just easier. It doesn't take as much effort.
That's true. That's true.
And I don't lose the
cool.
stats for not doing them anymore.
But what
like
about the part where you die? If you die, you die.
If I get really ripped right now and then I stop working out for 6 months, I'll get a little fatter again. But if I was in the video game world, I would never get fat again. I would just be that rip always.
All the time.
Yeah.
Unless you're in GTA, then you wouldn't. You lose that after a little while of not working out.
Yes. In GTA, yes. But this is Sword Art Online where you keep all your stats. So, boom.
All right. So, of course, you have to go to this last world, Steven. I can't believe you didn't say it. Of course, we're going to Minecraft.
I thought it, but I also didn't. Like, there's so much danger.
There's so much danger, but the exploration in this game is so insane. The building in this game, like, it takes out the need to be an expert at anything, right? You don't have to be an expert explorer to find shit. You don't have to be an expert builder to build shit. Like, it just makes everything so easy. The Jack Black movie's coming out. I'm sure there going to really, like, exemplify that fact that
honestly,
anyone can do
the
it.
newest trailer looks really good for it.
Yeah.
It looks kind of fun.
Like, I think this game would be an interesting world to live in, although I would miss, like, the curvatures of the world. I would be okay with it because of the amount of cool shit that's in it. The fact that you can build shit that's, like, not realistic in our society today. Elevators of water, breathing underwater, making potions, like going to the Nether and having exploration bouts there, fighting the Ender Dragon, going to the end. Like, the entirety of that game is just one giant adventure, and living in that world would be really cool. Even if you just make a farm on in a perfectly safe area, put a bunch of lights up, then you don't have to worry about zombies and shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have to do in this game. I'd have to just create like a very secluded, very walled off city, basically, with everything I need in it.
And
which is what I do in the game all the time. Honestly, like, I did think about that, and I know, like, in one of those worlds, I might be more adventurous, because, like, when I'm playing them, I'm more adventurous, but, like, me as I am, I'm not that exploratory. I'm not that adventurous. I very much avoid danger and harm. So I could never go cave diving in a Minecraft world. I could never, ever be mining if I knew there's a chance I could run into lava. Like, there's just so many things that I couldn't do because of, like, I won't go skydiving because of the chance, and I know it's the most minuscule chance of dying ever, but I probably won't do it because it just terrifies me.
You wouldn't jump from, like, the upper atmosphere?
No,
like that one Red Bull person did?
I don't know. Fuck that. Oh, God, definitely not that. That was fucking wild, dude.
That was wild. He passed out for 60 seconds or something. I was like, no.
No, dude. I've seen
not
videos
my life.
of people, like, parachuting and their parachute gets all wound up, and then, like, they try to untangle themselves and they barely get the second parachute off and they land real hard and, like, break their leg and, like, oh, man, can't wait till I heal and I go back up there. I'm like, you're a fucking moron, dude. You already escaped us once. Don't try it again.
No, try it 7 more times.
No, I don't get that mentality. I never have. I avoid danger.
Well, I mean, like, and that's the nice part about the Minecraft world. You don't have to do the danger stuff. You could just
at the beginning. You do.
No, you just collect wood.
You have 20 minutes to build yourself a house, or it turns nightfall instantly. So you have to get all the things.
But you bury yourself in the ground and you're fine.
I don't want to do that either. I'm afraid of the dark.
Well, you build a torch.
Oh, I mean, sure. But also, giant-ass spiders, you can fuck off with that noise right fucking now.
Luckily, they only come out at night.
Yeah, but they stay around in the daytime.
And but they don't attack you. They're cool in the daytime. They're friendly.
I
They're
don't
friends.
care. I
wanna hang
don't
out.
want to see a spider that's half the
They just wanna
size of
be-
me.
they
That
just
is
wanna be pet.
terrifying.
They just want to be pet.
I don't want.
All right, guys. Well, that was our hot takes episode today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any
Yes.
suggestions for hot takes, reach out. Soul of a Gamer
Yes,
podcast
please.
at gmail.com. Check us out any platforms. We are back on TikTok, I believe.
Yes, we
Steven,
are.
we back
We
on
are.
TikTok?
We
Okay,
are
we are
back
back
on
on TikTok. Since the whole thing, we're not going to get into it. I don't like making this about politics, but
It's banned.
it's all
not banned.
bullshit.
But it's not.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
all
But it's-
bullshit. So don't worry. It's just all fake anyway.
Fake news.
But yep. If you want us to do anything, please reach out and let us know.
Please.
And we hope you enjoyed it. And we'll catch you next week.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.